Hello, 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 and welcome to Tea Talks with Tawawn. Already having technical difficulties this late at night. Lord have mercy. But I want to welcome you to Tea Talks with Tawawn. This is the place where you can come where everybody can get a little TLC. We're talking about that transformational lifestyle content that helps you with becoming your best self and creating your best life. And we drop the T on those um, personal development subjects that will help you with achieving your personal, professional, spiritual, whatever goals that you're working towards, whatever you're working towards to help you become a better person, to help you with your being. We're going to talk about all those type of subjects here at Tea Talk. I will be dropping the tea on all the subject. So Tea Talk with Tawawn is the place you want to be every Monday at 8 p.m. It will be me. Sometimes it will be me and a guest. We will be talking about, again, like I said, all those personal development type of subjects that will help you with who you're becoming, with your being, contribute to your professional, your personal, your spiritual development and growth so you can be the best person you want to be. So we will be given that TLC and we will be giving it by dropping the T. So we are back for the first time in 2022. Yay! We're happy to be back. Hey, Delaney, happy to see you with me. We are happy to be back. We've been gone for a while. We took a little hiatus just to kind of get ourselves together because sometimes you got to take some time and doing a lot of things. You need to just sometimes take a step back and look at what you're doing and see what's important to you. That is what we did, but we are back. We're in full force. We're going to be coming in on Mondays at 8 p.m. Right now, we're scheduled to every Monday, but that might change. You might see us every other month. We're going to see how the schedule goes, but I want to thank you for being here. We're in a new year. I know people are still trying to navigate this pandemic that we're in. People are trying to get back on track with their life. They're trying to bring some level of normalcy back. And, this is January. It's the beginning of the year. This is when everybody has set all of those, New Year's resolution things that I cannot stand. You put those New Year's resolutions in place, your intentions or your goals, because everybody has a different name for it. But as we are ushering out January and getting ready to go into February, I want to take some time to talk about two different subjects. So the first part of the show, I'm going to talk about how to stay on track with your goals, intentions, resolutions, whatever you want to call them. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay motivated? And let me say, both of these things are doable to happen. But we also know that life happens. Sometimes we can get off track. You can also get back on track. So I want to talk about the importance of, or how do you stay on track with your resolution, goals, or intentions. First thing I want to say, if you follow me, you know that I'm goal oriented. I talk a lot about setting goals, having a vision for life, and knowing what direction and path you're taking yourself on. And one of the very number one ways that you can stay on task with your intentions, New Year's resolutions, whatever you call them, is make sure that you have whatever it is you're working towards written down. They say write the vision, make it clear. It is important that you write the goals down because let's be real, we live in a very fast-paced world. And we have a lot going on in our individual lives. A lot of us work. Some of us work and go to school, have a family, raise children. We have spouses that you have to give attention to. So many things, and businesses, things that you have to do. So you have so many things pulling on you. So to not write your goals down is doing yourself a disservice, because trust me, don't believe that you're going to remember everything with so much going on in your life, maybe your children's life, your family life, work, business. It is hard to keep track. So you need to have what I call some type of planner, journal, where you keep your goals written down and you have the steps that you need to take so that you can reach those goals. So, yes, to stay focused and to stay on track with your goals, you need to have them written down, because you have to come back and you have to look at these goals and see, are you still moving in the right direction? Are you taking the steps that get you to where you need to go? And is that goal even still viable for you? Because somewhere 3 months down the line, life can happen, can change for you, and you change your direction. You may not need that goal. So you have to have it written down somewhere so you can look at it. And so you know also what you're going to be tracking, make sure that you're staying on track with your goals. The second thing I want to talk about is cultivate a attitude of gratitude. Be grateful for everything. When you're going towards your goals, there are going to be some missteps. There are going to be some things that you didn't do, and there are going to be a lot of things you do that are helping you get towards the end result of your goal. Be grateful for every step. Be grateful for every step in the process. Be grateful for all the things that work well for you and that helps get you closer to your goals and that you're able to check off. I know my girl Gail, she likes these to-do lists that TLC Consultancy puts out, and you just check it off. And every time you check something off, be grateful that look, I'm one step closer to get to my goal. Yes, one step closer. Yes, be grateful for that. But if, let's say, you have a misstep and something happens and you get close to your goal, or something keeps you, like this week, let's say that you have an exercise goal and your goal was to be in the gym 3 days out of the week, but you were only able to make it 2 days out of the week. Still be grateful that you were able to do the two things, and don't despise that you didn't do the three things. Give yourself credit for what you did accomplish. Yeah, Gail, I love them too. I need to get on getting some out and getting them ready so people have some to use them, because a to-do is awesome. A to-do list actually helps stay on track with your goals. It helps keep them in front of you. It's written down, all the things I say. You can check them off. And it actually helps build your self-confidence when you look at your to-do list and you can say, oh, I actually did this. I accomplished this. I got this done. So it is awesome when you can go back and look at your to-do list. So we done talked about three things thus far. We talked about how you have to make sure that your goals are written. Definitely cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Be grateful for the journey and moving towards your goals. When you misstep, still be grateful in the misstep. Because let me tell you, you learn lessons in misstep. You learn what did not work and what you have to do differently. To-do list. Everybody needs a to-do list. Once you write the goals down, you have to put down what are the activities, what are the steps that you need to take now to get you to that goal. If you're trying to save money, you got to write down how much money you want to save, how much money you put in the bank. Then you got to go keep checking your bank statement, writing down where you are now. I'm at 150 this week. Now I'm at 250 the next week. So you definitely need a to-do list, because your to-do list, your goal is important, but your to-do list is just as important, because the to-do list provides you with the steps by steps that you're going to take to ultimately get you to that end goal. Another one, a lot of people don't think about this, but check out your self-talk. What are you saying to yourself about your skills and your goals, and your skills, your ability, your goals? Sometimes we talk ourselves out of really achieving our goals because we have that misstep that might happen along the way. And then, oh, you knew you couldn't go for this, or this goal wasn't really meant for me. I knew I could save $500. I mean, I have all these bills. How can I save? Or I knew I wasn't going to get in this school. When you get a rejection in one school, oh, I know I shouldn't go back to school. I'm too old. We start saying things, we start speaking negatively into ourselves when we have missteps. And when you start speaking negatively yourself, guess what? your brain is paying attention, listening to yourself, and then that just kind of pulls you back from what you're trying to work towards, because it's not giving you any motivation to go for, because it seem like the goal is not reachable. So you definitely have to check your self-talk and what you're saying to yourself, because the things that you say to yourself affects how you move and what actions do you take. Even when you speak positively to yourself, it's very hard for you to even have an attitude or gratitude, because all you're focusing on is the negative. And when you set high goals, whether it's to start a business, go back to school, lose 20 pounds, start a cooking class, or start learning to cook, save money, whatever your goal is, you have to speak positivity into yourself and about who you are, what you're worth, and that you are worthy of accomplishing the goal that you have. So self-talk is very important. I probably could stay on self-talk for probably another 10 or 15 minutes, but I think you get the gist when I say your self-talk is important. Now, this next one connects to your self-talk. Stay positive. Stay positive throughout the process. I know it's hard sometimes when life is life in you and a whole lot of different things are going on, but your mindset is crucial when you're talking about achieving your goals and being intentional about whatever you're going for. You have to maintain a positive mindset. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you can't feel a little down sometimes or things like that, because those things will definitely come along. But what I am saying to you is that you need to be able to just stay positive, speak positivity over yourself, use affirmations, say things that's important to you, say, use important, empowering words to keep you motivated. All the time. We always need to speak positivity into our lives. The same way that we can speak negativity about our goals and what we can also speak positive. You should literally make it a habit of trying to speak positive to yourself every day. That speaks to that helps build your mindset, have you have a positive mindset. It helps build your confidence. It helps build your self-esteem, and it gives you the motivation that you need and believe that you can go for the dreams and goals that you have for yourself. So focus on the positive. When you hit a goal, celebrate it. I don't care how small it is. If your goal is to save $5,000 by the end of the year and you get to 500, celebrate the fact that you saved 500. I know it seems small, but when you celebrate those things, that's a way that keeps you motivated and keeps you on track. And we're going to talk about what keeps you motivated, but celebrate. That's being positive. The last thing I'm going to talk about, and anybody who knows me know how much this means to me. Keep your eyes on the prize. Visualize your dream. You do encourage everybody to have a vision board. I encourage people to have a vision board. I believe it's very important that you have a vision board and use it as one of your visualization tools. And one of the reasons I think it's important is because it allows you to look at what it is that you're moving towards. You now see not just looking at words written on paper and the next steps that you have to take, but now you see a picture of you in actions, words that motivate you, that speak to you, that resonate to you about your goals. So having your dreams, goals in front of you is very important in staying on track. So I just kind of want to just go back over what we talked about in order to keep you on track with your intentions, goals, or resolutions for this year. We talked about making sure that your goals are written down. it's important to go back and to look at those goals so you can see what steps you need to be taken and what the goal actually is. Make sure that you're moving in the right direction towards the goal. We talked about cultivating an attitude of gratitude and just being grateful for the journey of being able to go for your goals. We also talked about having that to-do list, how that to-do list is just as important as the written goal, because the to-do list provides you with the step-by-steps instructions you need to get you from A to B to C to ultimately Z, accomplishing the goal. We talked about observing your self-talk, watching your mouth and what you say to yourself about yourself. The words that you speak over your life which determine the sum of who you become. It will dictate whether you move forward towards your goal or not. Focus on the positive. There is always going to be something positive in this journey. Focus on being Lord, my tongue. Focus on developing a positive mindset and speaking positivity into you, because that is eventually going to be used as part of your motivation. Um, yes, you're right. Having gratitude is very important. I think sometimes people don't realize how gratitude plays a big picture in almost every aspect of your life. Because gratitude is really about perspective and understanding the whole picture of what's going on. And things always be worse than what they are. And it's funny because when people ask me how I'm doing now, I say better than most, because it's all about perspective and it's gratitude. I'm just happy to be alive and here and well and able. So I just say better than most and keep it moving. But the last thing we talked about when it comes to um, staying on track with your goal is visualizing your dream. One of the reasons, if you can look back on my board, back on my wall, you see I have positive words, but you also will see my vision board. I can look at them when I'm going towards my goals. I just look at it. It reminds me these are the things that I am working towards. It's not necessarily on me the step by steps that's on my to-do list. It's not necessarily showing me the written goal, but it is showing me some fashion or form through a picture or words, me achieving a goal and working towards something that a part of my goals and aspirations. Now I done talked about a whole lot. Hopefully that you were paying attention, you had your pen, paper, and that you have taken down some notes. What I want to do now is I want to go to a commercial. I do believe I have a commercial in here. I want to show who our sponsor is. We do have a sponsor for Tea Talk. Our sponsor is Tea Lovers Cafe. Uh, they premium loose leaf tea. The tea is absolutely delicious. I don't say that because they're my sponsor. I say that because I drink their tea every day, almost 2 to 3 times a day, and it is absolutely wonderful. And some of you know the other secret of why I believe it is absolutely wonderful. I also want to show something that's going to be coming up in the next couple of shows. I will have guest speakers for the month of February. I will have the Dr. Kiki Ramsey. She will be joining me on actually next Monday. She will be talking about subject matter positive psychology. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can show it. And I might can't show it. So I'm sorry, I'm not able to show it. But Dr. Kiki Ramsey with us on next week. We'll be talking about the subject positive psychology, mind, body, and spirit. As you know, February is Love Month, and positive psychology is a new phenomenon. It's been out for a while, but it's really starting to take heed, and people are starting to recognize how important positive psychology is, speaking positivity into your life, having positive aspect and perspective, which is so key. We just talked about in the session. So she will be here to talk with us about it, mind, body, and spirit. And on February the 21st, because this is also Health Heart Month, I will have Miss Delana Watkins, Nurse Delana Watkins, in the house with me, and she's going to be talking about heart healthy self-love and self-care, because being heart healthy is a part of loving who you are. So you do things to be heart healthy, but it's also a part of your self-care. So I'm going to see if I can kind of do this video, and then we're going to go on this video. Then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about how to stay motivated. We talked about how to stay on track with your goals. Now we're going to talk about how to stay motivated with your goals. Let's see if I can play this video. So I am back. So you see, when I'm here alone and when I don't have anybody in my background, you see what happens? Do you see what happened? Tawawn just messes up fully, but it's okay. You're still getting good information, and hopefully this will be helpful in helping you on your journey towards staying on track with your goals and your intentions and your resolutions. I think in the commercial you should saw, and I will play that part again, where you go to my member vault and you can download our free goal setting guide that provides you with 10 tips on the importance of goal setting, how to stay, and why you need to have goals. Now I want to take a few minutes, and what I want to do is I want to talk about how to stay motivated. Because when you are working towards your goals and you're just tracking and tracking, sometimes went to the T. Yeah, this is what happens when you're a one-man show and you don't have your team with you. I don't have a video. So the goal is next week, all will be uploaded and it will be correct. Okay. But I am grateful that I do have what I do have. See how you got to just as our perspective. I'm grateful for what I do have. I understand the steps. I'm going to take notes. And guess what? We will not have this technical difficulties on next week. We will not have that. But how to stay motivated. It is very hard to stay motivated when you're very goal-oriented. You have a lot of things going on and you're working on multiple goals at one time. Most people are working on multiple goals at one time, whether they realize it or not. We all are working on more than one goal, or we all should be working on more than one goal at a time. So sometimes you can feel like you're getting burned out. Sometimes you have these type of steps and you just missing your deadline days, or you don't feel like getting any traction, or you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. You get burnt out and you don't feel motivated. First, let me say that you have to motivate yourself. Facebook user, yes, and it drives me crazy. Okay, I don't know who that Facebook person is, and they say yes, and it drives me crazy. Tell me what drives you crazy. But let me say this: you have to motivate yourself. Sometimes you have to be the person who motivates you. We can't always count on other people to step in and pat us on the back and say, hey, you're doing a good job, or you can do it, you can go on, and being your cheerleader. You have to be your number one cheerleader. Hey, Deidre, you have to be your number one cheerleader. If you don't cheer for yourself, you have a level of expectation that anybody else would cheer for you. So you have to be number one cheer. So keep that in mind. So I know you're saying, well, I can't always be my number one cheerleader. So let me tell you, to keep yourself motivated, always remember your why. Your to get you excited, it should get you pumped up, and it should motivate you to keep pushing towards why you're going towards the goal that you are. You're trying to save $5,000, trying to save that $5,000 because you want to go on a nice vacation in a year. Just think about the vacation. Use your imagination and see in that place that you want to go. That's why imagination is good. That's why visualization is good. Close your eyes, take 5 minutes, and just see yourself laying back in the Caribbean with the sun between, the sun beaming down on your skin, and you walking through the warm sand. Let that be a motivation to you for why you continue to go towards your goal. Savor success. Along this journey, you're going to have some successes. Savor those successes and use that as your motivation. When you're down and you're not feeling like you could do this, say, you know what? This week I achieved this. Last month I made my sales goal. I had a goal to sell 100 books, and I sold 102 books, so I exceeded my goal. Savor the success and use that as a part of your tools to empower you and motivate you when you are not quite feeling like you are moving in the direction that you want to move in. Manage emotions. Don't let your emotions dictate how you move. Manage your emotions. Your emotions are going to be all over the place. They're going to be fleeting because yes, when you don't quite hit the mark, yes, it's disappointing. Yes, sometimes it's saddening. And depending on if you lost something in life, if you didn't get your commission at work or the award that you wanted, or you didn't get the client that you wanted, and so you lose money. So it can be deflating, but don't let that take you all the way out. Own the feeling, recognize that it happened, learn from it, and see what you can do differently, and remind yourself, go back to savoring the success, remind yourself of what you did do, what did work, what you have already accomplished, and keep it moving. Own the feeling, but don't get stuck in it. Because if you get stuck in it, your motivation will definitely dwindle. And then that self-talk that we talked about in the first half will start, the chat will get louder. And then the next thing you'll look up, not only are you unmotivated, but not even taking steps towards your goals. Ask for help. This is a big one. A lot of people, especially women, are scared to ask for help. Learn to ask for help. There is no weakness in asking for help. Actually, you demonstrate how much strength you have and knowledge you have, recognizing that you need help. When you ask for help and you get it, and it helps you closer towards your goal, that's a big motivation. Because you're like, oh, now I couldn't have done it without Tawawn. I'm glad she was able to help me. It makes you feel happy, and it helps you see that you're still moving towards your goals. So we have talked about a lot in this 30 minutes. We have actually talked about a whole lot in this 30 minutes. We talked about how to stay on track with your goals. We talked about how they should be written. You should have a attitude of gratitude, looking and observing your self-talk and watching your mouth and what you say to yourself, staying focused and positive, and visualizing your dreams, and then staying motivated. We talked about, you know what, y'all? What did we talk about in staying motivated? What is wrong with me today? Help me. Help me. Whew. Yes, we talked about asking for help. We talked about managing your emotions. We talked about savoring success. And y'all, I don't even remember because I was speaking off the top of my head, not even looking at a piece of paper. So those are the things that we say. If you listen to the replay, you will have them all. I want to thank everybody who came back and joined us on our first time back this year. I appreciate that you being here with us. Please come back and be with us next week. We're going to have the Dr. Kiki Ramsey. We're going to be talking about positive psychology, mind, body, and spirit, and how important that is for us to have that positivity to help us with every aspect of our lives, not just how we think, but our physical well-being as well as our spiritual well-being. And on the 21st, we will be coming back talking about being heart healthy. We're going to have Delaney Watkins with us, Nurse Watkins with us. She's going to talk about being heart healthy, the importance of it when it comes to self-love and self-care. Thank you. Remember, everybody needs a little TLC. We're talking about that transformational lifestyle content that helps you with becoming your best self and creating your best life. Here we will be dropping the T on those personal development subjects that in all of those areas of life. I appreciate you and I look forward to seeing you back here next week.